Hello, welcome back. I'm Ross from Britain's Hidden History, and there's a little gem in here which goes all the way back to the crucifixion of Jesus, which I want to talk about. I missed this as I went through. Neil and Claire put me onto the book, been watching the videos, inspired them to have another read, and they spotted this. So it's from Rambles and Studies in Old South Wales by Wirt Sykes. This was published in 1881. And there's a little nugget in here about the Roman soldier who pierced the side of Jesus. So the exploration is in Chepstow Castle, right? Now Chepstow is towards the English border, right? The English-Wales border, just to give you an idea. So from the Tower of Martin, explains who Martin is, doesn't matter for this story. We walk out through a caseless doorway in the third story, on what was once the third story, onto the top of the castle wall, which has a sunken pathway below the battlements, now overgrown with ivy and with grass. It is a delightful stroll along this wall, and by we come to a very elegant room called the chapel, concerning which there is a legend that it was erected by the Jew soldier Longinus, who pierced the side of Christ and who was condemned to visit Britain and build a Christian edifice there. That he selected Chepstow as this place at which to do this penance was a matter of considerable advantage to the resident priesthood for many generations. So why was this Longinus character doing in Chepstow? Is this just some quirky stories picked up in a pub there? Well, fair play, Neil, who's becoming a good researcher on this stuff. He's done a search and he's found another book, which he's now ordered and be reading, called Wanderlings and Excursions in South Wales, with the scenery of the River Wye, as it says in there. So he's still talking about Chepstow Castle. And if you read what's on screen there, a priestly... So I can make that a bit bigger for you. No, not while we're running. Okay. A priestly legend was given to the people which invested this chapel with a character of extraordinary sanctity. It is related to have been erected by Longinus. There he is again, same name. A Jew, and this time he's the father of the soldier who pierced the side of Christ. So for some offence, he was condemned to seek the shores of Britain and erect, again this word, a religious edifice on the River Wye. So if this is a site prior to the castle going up there, I mean it's a strategic spot, Chepstow Castle. All these spots block the traffic on the river and the crossing points. So the questions are, I'm hoping people out there will know more about this, because that's all I know about this story. It's a new story to me. What's going on here? Why is there a legend or story about this Roman soldier coming all the way to Britain? Now, if we just look at the dates a little bit, sticking with the conventional dates, if Jesus was crucified around about 33 AD, the Romans didn't turn up in Britain until about 54, 55 AD, and probably didn't get to Chepstow till at least 60 odd, even by the conventional dating, and possibly later. So the father would have been getting quite old based on a soldier. I don't think they're particularly highly ranked, so he's 20, 30. And on 20 years, and another 20 years for his father, so 60s maybe, something like that. So it's, or could it have happened immediately after the crucifixion, before the Roman armies arrived? Now, the story, as you know, and we have a book coming out soon, is that Jesus did not die on the cross, and that the early apostles and early, weren't really called Christians at that stage, but you know what I mean, those early followers all came to Britain, that being the place safely outside the Mediterranean grasp of the Roman Empire, and was an independent country. And from the 500 BC migration, they had people there who were open to the ideas. It's very similar to Druidism. There seems to be a lot of connections between Druidism and the faith that they came from, the Essenes and people like that. And, you know, as a crazy idea, maybe, and they were so worried that this guy was on the live and promoting his message, and he was very politically important, from an aristocratic family, as we also will be revealing, that maybe a Roman soldier got sent all the way to Britain to go and make sure he finishes him off and bump him off. Maybe that happened. And maybe this penance is another way of talking about that, or the penance was for murdering him, or who knows? Who knows? I'm just guessing now, and it's not a good idea. Good fun to sort of speculate, but not always very helpful. So I'd love to get some comments, and if people got any hard information or more knowledge about the legend of Longinus and how it ties in with Chepstow Castle. So, hope you enjoyed that. Thanks for watching. I'm going to try this arrow end signs. There's nothing too sinister or freaky, right? That's like the three feathers to Wales I normally do. Other way up, arrow end. I wonder if there's something in that. Anyway, till the next time, peace. Heddwch.